Welcome to Conquest and Cataclysm. Hello everybody and welcome back to yet another episode of Conquest and Cataclysm. And we're gonna dive straight into our wonderful casts. Cast? You guys are cast now apparently. Our wonderful world where we last time left off with you guys in a bit of a bind. Wrong kind of cast, Grumbles. Something fishy about that. You guys were
starting.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Don't distract the GM. Go on, go for it. Just keep going. Don't look at the camera. Keep going.
We were we left you guys in a bit of a bind, didn't we? I say we. It was me. I left you guys in a bit of a bind. So who wants to share what you guys went through last time?
We fought a dragon.
Yeah. What dragon?
Big one.
Oh, yeah. What's he called?
Is that descriptive enough for you?
No.
He wasn't that hard to handle.
It wasn't that hard to handle.
It was that Dirthwing guy.
Dirthwing. Okay.
Dirthwing.
Right.
And Funkin and Alistair were very nice and comfy in our little pocket dimensions, borrowing sugar and stuff from the next door neighbor.
Just gonna make sure to ramp up the encounters from now on.
I mean, it was so difficult.
Dirthwing, similar to but legally distinct from Deathwing. No copyright infringement intended.
Yeah. No, I raised Thunder Bluff, and you guys were in it.
Yeah.
But does anyone remember what happened at the very end?
Yeah, we went to a portal.
Yeah.
Funkin kind of wishes he doesn't.
Yeah, we had this strange high-pitched voice talking to us.
Oh, you are delicious, are you not? Yes, you are my tasty morsels.
Yeah.
Still freaky.
You're all caught in a dreamscape. The haze of the world around you shifts from the lovely warm tones of Mulgore and Thunder Bluff to this piercing dark in your mind. The landscape around you morphs and twists into a hellish landscape full of demons and mutated beings you haven't seen the likes of before. They seem to be infested with chaos. You heard the name Tsinch grab you last time. And this intense body immobilizing fear. Like it is impossible for you to use any of your senses, any of your like you can't move. It's just all encompassing, this being that's in your mind. And suddenly, as quickly but also as slowly as this unfolds and happens in your mind, you're drawn outwards. You feel your very essence and soul being dragged out of your body. You can witness your body. You are floating and flying behind it as your body twists and morphs in front of you and gets younger and younger and younger. in your mind, you hear this being say,
Well, this is going to be wonderful. Let's learn about you, shall we? Let's understand where you're from so I can best make you serve me.
you get the sense of something, almost as if there's a sharp pain, but it's also a painless stab of something going into your mind, into your brain, the nape of your skull. And suddenly your mind fills instantly with all your memories. And you hear the voice again.
Ooh. Oh, these are delicious. I must have them now.
All your memories are gone. There is nothing left. You have a vague sense of where you're from and everything, but it's as if they're all gone.
Let us start with the stout dwarf, shall we? Yes. Oh, I love this. Oh, this is going to be good. He's such a just one. Yes. I wonder what shaped him.
And we are going to learn a bit more about Ragnar Iron Fist now. Ragnar, if we start with you rolling 1d4, two. All right. So you have one key childhood event. I need you to roll a d100 to figure out what it is. 58. You went through a tragic loss. Either a fire, attack, disease, or something like that. What was it that you lost? Was it a pet? Was it a family member, a friend? Even like it can even just be the house you lived in. Like that can also be tragedy for a lot of people. I want to point that out.
Yeah, literally, my brother I lost, unfortunately, to a mining accident while we were working in the mountains.
As you recall this, that is the instant that you recall as a key memory for yourself. It grabs you, it holds on to you, and the entity probes it and senses it. It's like, oh,
Well, it makes sense. You may have this back.
and you feel the memory return.
Now, Funkin, burn bright. Curious name, miss. What makes you burn bright?
Give me a 1d4, please. All right, that's another key childhood event, one of them. Now a D100, please. You get a sense of wonder and a sense of surprise from this entity that's in your mind.
How curious. You witnessing this magical phenomenon? Tell me all about this. Yes?
I can only tell you what I understand. I'm not even sure now what to call it. Something pierces my mind. But it was when I was wandering through the dark woods on the very edge of our forest. It appeared like a tree at first, shimmering, all alone in the darkness, almost as if it was fighting it off. And then as I got nearer to it, inquisitive as I am, it became something else. It shifted in shape. It was many things. It was everything and anything. I think it was, I don't know, of multiple places all at once. I don't know what to call it. Within it, I saw fire.
The voice goes completely silent in your mind for a bit.
Oh. It was you. Well, you are definitely going to have this one back.
It turns its attention almost like a two-faced god and looks both at Dunbar and at Alistair at the same time. And then, as quickly as it's done all the other actions, it's inside the mind of Dunbar.
Oh, this one. Oh, you are in contact with. Oh, well then. This is going to be fun to break. Let us see what shaped you. Yes, morsels.
Let's find out what key childhood event shaped Dunbar, shall we? Give me a 1d4, please. Ooh, you have 2 key childhood events. So give me a 1d100, please. Mm-hmm.
Now I roll high.
You instantly think of the box that was handed to you. The artifact, the puzzle box, the toy. And you feel the entity kind of try to sense where it is and try to grab it from you, but it's unable to. It doesn't get a hold of it. It doesn't even sense where it is. You know full well you are clutching it right now, but it is unable to.
I need this. You should give it to me. Oh, precious. Please let us have this. I shall steal something else from you. Oh, let's find what else we should find. Yes.
Roll me another D100. Tell me a tale of loss, tragic loss, that shaped you?
Well, I guess that would be I would remember the night that triggered him first meeting his patron, because that was the greatest tragedy of his life. Dunbar was just a little tiny dragon, little baby dragon, 9, 10 years old. He can't remember at that point. And he woke up one night and the homestead that him and his parents had lived in was on fire. A wild blazing fire was raging right above his bed. And the as an ice, part ice dragon, that's their greatest fear is fire. So he woke up immediately in a panic, and he's yelling in his bed for his mother and father, screaming top of his lungs, just crying and screaming, choking on smoke. Before he realizes that nobody can hear him or nobody's coming, and he has to jump out his window, his second story window, where he slept in the second floor, kind of above where the barn area was. And when he jumped out, he was hoping that he'd land on some kind of hay or something. Just something hopefully was down below to catch him. But when he jumped out, there was nothing but blackness. It was just pitch black darkness. He didn't even feel the ground when he hit it. There was nothing. He felt like maybe he was still actually asleep. The house wasn't there. There was no burning. There was no smoke anymore. There was nothing, just blackness. He was fairly certain he was then dreaming. He had to be dreaming. This felt like a dream. It's just, I'm actually dreaming. And that's when he first heard his patron's voice saying, "Don't worry, I will be taking care of you from now on." And in that blackness, the only thing he sees is the box, his little puzzle box glowing, as his patron is telling him, "Take the box, and I will always be there."
The instant you, in your memory, receive this box,
Oh, this is good. This is suffering. I can work with suffering. Suffering is pure chaos in the mind. Yes, and we are chaos after all, are we not? Yes, we are precious. Oh, this is delicious. Do I take this and feed this to someone else, or do I let you linger in this? No, this is mine.
the laughter fades, and you only have this void in your mind. You don't remember how you arrived at your patron anymore. You do not remember this tragic event. You only remember the feelings that something horrible has happened to you. Something absolutely mind-shattering has happened to you in your youth. All those feelings are still innate in your mind and in your body, but you can't grasp the memory itself as to why. There is no logical explanation to the fears, to the anxiety in you. It's just there. And that is what Siege has left you with now. The voice carries over, and you, as it turns, And you've all kind of been dragged into these memories together with each other. You've all witnessed this. All of you now see this tragic memory go into a blur. It's just this fuzzy feeling of anxiety, and when you look at it, like, you feel uneasy in your mind and in your body, and it's gut-wrenching how it makes you feel. Just even thinking about it is like it gives you that proper knot at the top of your stomach. And as that knot shapes, Alistair, you hear in your head,
Oh, this one. Yes. He has been on many adventures. Yes, he has. Yes, he has. But why? Why is he on adventures? Where is he from? What did you do, little one?
Alistair isn't here right now. Please leave a message after the tone.
Do not mock me.
and you feel this spike drive through your mind and probe every little bit.
I'm here actually. Is it D4?
Yep. Yep, you're gonna have 2 events too. So give me the first
shit.
D100.
Don't know if that's good. Hey, it's the same.
Yeah.
53.
Yeah. Tell me about a loss that Alistair went through.
Alistair's first artifice construction thing that he made on his own, that it wasn't just under the guidance of someone else telling him what to do, but actually made on his own, was a clockwork ferret.
Oh.
Called Rusty. Because he was a child, he didn't know what to call his pet, so it became Rusty because it was made out of discarded cogs and stuff. So a lot of them were actually rusty, so he became Rusty the ferret. Rusty was kind of with him all the time as he was learning the craft and etc. etc. And when he joined the guild of artificers officially, they said, well, it's to get in, you have to take tests and stuff to make sure your aptitude is at an acceptable level, or you're going to have to go away and do more and then come back. And Alistair was like, oh well, I've made this little thing, and you click, and yay, and they're like, and then while he's doing this, Rusty is sitting on his shoulder, and one of the guild masters asked about Rusty sitting on his shoulder. And hey, what's that? And oh, this is Rusty. I made him a long time ago. And can I see it? And then Rusty kind of ran over to the guildmaster and sitting there twitching a little bit with the cogs going, and the guildmaster goes, meh, shoddy work, and slaps Rusty, and he just breaks apart. And that was why Alistair had to join the Artificers Guild in another town, because he flew into a rage at the guildmaster and started physically attacking him, and had to be dragged out of the audience hall. So that was not a great moment.
Ooh, endless rage in this one. Yes, he's a feisty one. We must try to enlighten this in him. We must use this, yes. We can make it so that he turns on the others with this. Ooh, jealousy, perhaps. We must play with this. You will keep this one, yes. And I will use it. Now, Where does this lead to?
And you see one of the cogs from Rusty be picked up, and it zooms towards you at a great speed. And you almost seem to be shrinking, all of you, as you are pulled through this cog into the next memory. Give me another D100, please.
Not 53. 82. Oh, 82, 85. Oh, very close.
We zoom in on a scene where we see Alistair and another mysteriously cloaked person. He's wearing the insignia of the Artificers Guild.
Mysteriously what? Sorry?
Mysteriously cloaked, like you can't see his shape, you
Sorry, I
can't see
missed
his
what you said,
face
yep.
or anything, but you only see that he is wearing the insignia ring and whatnot of the guild. What is he handing to you? What mysterious, mystical, magical artifact is he handing to you?
He's handing over a key. And the key, instead of teeth at the end of the key, it's got like a head on it. So it's moving all the time. So it's a clockwork key.
Ooh.
And he's handing this over to Alistair.
Oh, this looks important to you, does it not, Mr. Bramley? It is mine now. You do not know anything about this, do you? No, shake your head for me, Mr. Bramley.
The memory of this key is completely gone, but you know you want it. You know you want this key. The key that was handed to you, you have a memory of it being handed to you, but rather than it being handed to you anymore, it is now taken away from you.
Oh.
It is removed from you, and you know you want this key back. It is seared on your mind as an insatiable hunger that you are hell bent on getting this back now. And the voice trails off. And it's like,
Oh, this was fun. Yes. Now let's learn a bit more about your lands, where you're from. Okay, who do we start with? Let's look at you again, shall we, Mr. Cold Broth?
and Dunbar, and all you others, you are feeling yourself being dragged through the air, across the lands. Like you recognize the shape of the lands of where you are from, and you are being dragged towards a clear part of the land where Dunbar, you are getting a sense of, oh wait, this is where I'm from. So do you have a clear idea of where your character is from, or do we roll?
I never came up with the name of it, but he's supposed to be like from the outskirts of the capital city, in the country he's from, but I never came up with the name of it.
Well, let's figure out what kind of ecosystem we have around this. Give me a D10.
Okay.
5. Ooh, interesting. So the capital sits in a coastal area. Lots and lots of rocky cliffs. You zoom across it. Like you feel yourself being dragged across this landscape, and you get to see these giant cliffs where the oceans are crashing into it. And like we're not talking the White Cliffs of Dover. No, we are more talking the rocky outcroppings of the Faroe Islands, where there's the most intense. But we're talking the weather of the western parts of Scotland that is just throwing all of the seawater in towards it. And the city is built within a large bay where it is far more quiet, but not at all is it a safe water passage out of there. So this is a very natural defense part of the city, but it being on the coast, it's a fairly steady temperature, and fairly green. You can see the roads leading to and from the city, and you're dragged in towards the city, and there's one thing that catches your eye. It catches all of your eyes as you get dragged in. Like you hear the wind whistling past your ears as you zoom down towards the. And give me another D10, please, Damien. Out from the memory of this, one of the things you very clearly remember is being out exploring in your countryside outside of the city and stumbling upon a vast network of caves and underground rivers that are used for transport, used by the Thieves Guild, or used by the shadier parts. But it is enormous. Like, we are talking, there could be entire communities living down there without ever touching upon the city itself. And you are dragged through this, and you get to see all of these. And suddenly, as you are going into these caves and such, and you see this, give me another D10.
Okay.
There's a clear sense of dread in you as you remember not really a scary moment, but you remember one of the first times you wandered in towards one of these cave openings, when suddenly, because you stepped on a branch and it went, it scared a flock of birds that suddenly, with an explosive force, come out of these caves. And these birds, like, I want you to describe it, because it's a distinct bird. So give me a memory of one of these birds. Like, how are they shaped? What is its distinctive features? Is it a bird of prey? Is it not?
I would picture them more like I would picture more like bats in there.
It's a bat bird.
Kind of bird would be. It'd probably be like a carrion bird if it's in a cave. It's been. They might even have some blood still left on their beaks from something that they've been picking at that died in the cave. Like like a crow or something. Black and little beady eyes. definitely a scary sight to see a large flock of them come fluttering at you.
I imagine the stench with carrion birds living in a cave. Ugh.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
Oh yeah.
That's not gonna be pleasant, is it? As this flock of birds flutter past all your faces as you are in the memory, like all of you get this feeling of need to shield your eyes as they fly past. You feel like you're being shifted around. You're being carried over into someone else's mind. And suddenly, you're flying over another landscape, completely different. And I want Ragnar to give me a D10. Ooh.
I do have my history of my city available.
Yes, but we need to learn where this city is located. And what you fly across is a frigid tundra. Like it's like it's the bleak grass look. It's clear that this is cold. It's wind ridden. It's a place for a hardy folk like your dwarves are. And you feel the cold air. Your cheeks are tingling, and you drag the air up through your nose, and there's a certain smell that is making you feel at home. And as you're going through this tundra landscape and witnessing it, you see these massive mountain ranges, huge mountain ranges in front of you. They stretch all around you. They rise up and they go low, and all across them you see these dotted pathways and entrances where all of the dwarves have made their little outcroppings and whatnot. Clear that you've been working there for many years. And the mountain gives way as you zoom towards the ground, and you get a closer look at the grasslands that are below you. Give me another D10, please. Along these plains outside of the city where you grew up, a memory forms in front of you, and all you others, you see this terrifying shape, this four-legged, fur-clad beast. It's one of the more feared creatures of these plains, and what is instantly when Ragnar sees this, what is the first thing he thinks? What is this thing to him?
I don't know, because I mean he's not well explored. Ragnar isn't, so he's spent most of his life underground mining. So stuff above the surface, a lot of it's quite new to him. He's very young for a dwarf.
the shape continues to evolve, and how we as normal humans would see it is this terrifying form and shape between a wolf and a bear almost. It is the clear, distinct shapes of a wolf body, but it has the build of this bear. It has the claws of a bear, but it has the agility and the speed of a wolf as it chases in a massive group. It chases the rams and other flock animals across, and you see the way they hunt. It's merciless. You see the way they, like, why they are the absolute fear of the people living in this area. You do not cross them lightly. You do not tempt them. And seeing as they are, as prevalent as they are, you would also see massive droves of sheep and other types of cattle roam there. But they are all very, very, very spiky animals, as a defense mechanism, of course. The entity in your mind pauses, like,
Oh, this thing? Oh, I like this. This one causes fear. It brings its own legend with it, does it not? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. What kind of legends can we find in the mind of Alistair? Yes, let us see.
and give me a D10 for how the area is around where you grew up. Ooh. We are dragged into the mouth of this terrifying creature. And as soon as we enter, we suddenly see an area that is surprisingly green. Because all of the history books tell of these terrifying lava flows, magma, volcanoes that shaped the very land and area that you are from.
It fits very well since I'm a rock gnome.
Yeah, there you go. You are dragged over the ancient ash plains, and as you fly across them, you see them kind of populate with trees and grass and everything, and it grows as it is in very fertile lands. And you see almost in a time lapse, you see lava flows go across and then it repopulates. Lava flows and repopulates. You see the lava flow through the landscape almost like rivers, and then it reshapes it until it stabilizes. And the one thing that has gone almost forgotten, if not for the very distinct teachings of the library of where you're from, it is a giant dormant volcano. It is the source of heat, of course, by digging down, and has been the power source for many of the artificers, and the reason for how this area has definitely thrived. And
free floor heating.
free floor heating. Yeah, let's not forget that, which is it's big, honestly. With this massive volcano, there is also another thing that you are drawn towards, all of you. Give me another D10.
Still okay.
Around the volcano, there have been crystals that have emanated a weird and fantastical energy for centuries. They have been used as lights. They have been used as focuses for oracles. They have been used as scribing tools for those of you who are familiar with those. But nobody quite understand how they work. And on regular dates throughout history, they have started glowing. And glowing with an eerie glow that will keep people up at night. That is how bright they are, even though they are far from the areas where you live and whatnot. If they are down in the caves where you're at, like this will be it will create a stinging glow, and then it dissipates.
Hence the goggles.
Hence the goggles, yeah. You soon pass these crystal fields, and you notice a creature that inhabits a lot of these areas. And I want a D10 from you to figure out what this is.
Is it a big fluffy bunny?
I don't know. Let's hope so.
It's 3 fluffy bunnies.
It's 3 fluffy
Yay!
bunnies.
It's a Tarask.
I'm okay. So on the list, this now just says exotic creatures.
Uh-oh.
So
It says what? Sorry?
exotic creatures.
Exotic creatures.
Yeah.
So it's a bunny with a nice, like, one of those Hawaii flower things around its neck.
Or
That's a
10-foot
tropical.
tall bunny with fangs.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for helping.
Is it a Tarask-sized bunny or a bunny-sized Tarask?
Either way, that's
A
terrifying.
Tarask-sized bunny, I think, is better. Because even a Tarask at a bunny size is still ferocious little shit.
It's still a Tarask.
Yep.
I think it kind of falls into that. If it's stupid and it works, it's still stupid, but it
Yeah.
works kind of.
Yeah.
Deal.
No, definitely.
No, like exotic creature. What kind of exotic creature would make sense to have in your lands? Like, are we
Rust
talking?
monsters.
Ooh. Yeah.
Rust monsters are like the eternal bane of the rock gnomes with their building and stuff. I'm like, oh no, they're coming! Everyone to the front lines! So everything outside, all like local rock gnome buildings and stuff, there's always an extra fortification of stone or wood. So anything that doesn't rust, essentially. So it's chucking a lot of stones at these things to make them go away, rather than going, I'm going to shoot it with my bow. Well, congratulations, you just wasted an arrowhead.
I feel like the rock gnomes really need to invent aluminium.
Yeah. Yes, or make like they could also do maybe capture one of the rust monsters. Like, hey, I've got this lovely copper thing that I'm working on. I think it would look much better if there was some patina on it, and then just whack it a couple of times into the rust monster. Like, hey, look, it's nice and green now. It's got the patina I wanted.
Okay, so rust monsters, and I also feel like with there being a lot of like a volcanic area, you probably also have a few strange elementals roaming around.
Yeah, there's definitely some of that as well.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, I'm not going to remove exotic creatures from the list now, because I have been removing some of the things from the list so we don't get too many repeats, just so that's it. However, yeah, okay. You see these rust monsters walk around and pretty much just devour all metal they can find, because nom nom metal.
Yeah.
You.
It's the sandworm situation.
Yeah, pretty much. You also get to witness one of these magma elementals that are it's rolling across the fields in search of something else to devour. Maybe one rust monster. We don't know. It's
Maybe that's the only thing keeping them in check.
ooh. But as you see these creatures roam, it turns the landscape around, and as if rust is eating away the entire memory and the entire scene, we are dragged into the last mind. It's the mind of Funkin.
Think safe thoughts.
What do we see in Funkin's mind? Let's start with a D10, shall we?
Just think of nothing but Jeff while rolling.
Lucky number 7.
It's a familiar one today.
We get dragged into a completely changed landscape. Like, we're going from this former volcanic area that has greeneries and such, but we're dragged into a lush tropical rainforest type area. It feels familiar to what you've just witnessed, but at the same time, it's so different. Like, the plants are completely different. The landscape is completely different. And you're feeling the effects of the dampness on your clothes. Like, you can feel your clothes cling to you, and yeah, it's not like it's familiar. It's not necessarily a good familiar, but it's familiar. And in these tropical rainforests that you see meadows that are full of these wild flowers, and all sorts of creatures, be them bugs or birds or whatever. But there's one creature that stands out, and it's hard to grasp the memory of this. And you hear the voice.
Oh. You have this? This explains everything. It explains your power. It explains your ability to avoid my probing.
The memory in front of you shapes itself. And what you see in front of you is a horse-like creature. But the mane is of a mystical fire. You see the hooves have fire around them. The tail is made of fire. The body itself is clearly a normal horse's body, but the eyes are glowing, and it is revered as it walks around. The other creatures almost seem to bow to it in the way that you've heard others describe that unicorns are revered. It is a formative mark for your people and for your lands, as those who are lucky enough to roam those lands are usually blessed with more of an attachment to magical affinity. What do you name this creature?
Oh man.
I know, right? Didn't expect that one.
Funkin isn't sure of what it might actually be called, but his name for it is Firebrush.
Ooh. I like it. The memory of all of these, they stay bright in your mind now. Everything you've touched on, your own memories seem clearer than the other people's, but you also have a very clear, distinct feeling and memory of all of the other people around you, that now you've been a part of this journey. You've all learned a tiny bit about each other. As you are observing this creature, you are suddenly all dragged into a hallway, like a large gathering. There's a long table. Around it are dignitaries. There are politicians, and there are military people sitting all around it, and they are speaking in a garbled speak as you try to listen, you try to concentrate to make out what they're saying, and suddenly the voice in your mind say,
Okay. Now, let's understand a bit more about the chaos of your government. Yes.
and we're gonna now learn a bit about the form of government in your lands, and we're gonna start with Ragnar. Roll me a d10. Oh, wow, okay. You live under warlord rule, and the power was seized by force by someone. And this is it's the source for much calamity and chaos in your lands. Funkin, give me a d10. You living in a hereditary rule monarchy. Alistair? A theocracy.
Hey, back up. Oh, can it be a theocracy of the guild?
Sure.
The guild's rule.
Yeah. There you go. That fits. It fits. All right, Dunbar. You? Oh, okay. It's just a straight up democracy. Power to the people. Which makes sense in such a large capital and such, yeah. I don't know if you're trying to speak, but nothing's coming through right at the moment.
Yeah, it makes sense. You know, capital city, sitting in a bay, probably merchant city.
Yeah.
You know.
It's going to be a lot of lobbyists there.
Yeah, a lot of. Yeah, they probably have a whole merchant republic.
Newt Gunray and everything. No, wait, wrong franchise. Let's learn a bit about the current state of the politics in your lands. So let's start now with Dunbar. Give me another D10, please.
Okay. Ooh, hellish.
Oh, stable and well organized.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess business is booming.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I don't know why, but I have shadow puppet government thing going on in my mind. There's clearly a thieves guild or something else just keeping things in check.
Oh well,
there.
Yeah. My character is supposed to have been ran with them for a bit when he was young.
Yeah, there you go. So there's definitely a very.
He's definitely in those caves.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in those caves smuggling in the good skoma.
Is it a shadow sock puppet government?
Yeah.
The thieves are at it again. Nonsense, you have no proof.
What do we do with them, Ricus Bonkus? Kill them. Yes. Speaking of Wackus Bonkus, Funkin. Let's figure out the state of yours.
Wow.
I'm doing everything in my power not to make darn jokes. About the sock puppet government.
It's fine. It's fine. 9. Oh, completely decentralized. No central authority, apparently.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Curious
explain.
monarchy.
It's a very curious monarchy. Like, I mean, we could be talking Viking Age kind of style where there's small kings all plotted around.
Here's a home joke.
Or
Yeah.
king ruler, but also earls have local authority over everything.
Yeah, that's true. That could definitely fit. That could definitely fit.
Barons of the forest.
Vassals and everything.
Yes. Good thing with the forest, it bows down.
Hey, get out. Ragnar. Let's learn about the current state of politics in your area. Fractured and bordering on rebellion.
Well, it is a warlord thing, so
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
fits quite well, I think, if there's a warlord in charge of the cities.
Definitely. And Alistair? Well, stable and well organized. Well, that's
Well organized because the guilds know that any disorganization is bad for profit.
All right, Boeing employee, allegedly.
I'm going to say. The peasants are revolting.
It's very simple. If it's not well organized, then no profit. Can't have people spending time, killing each other when they could be working and buying.
True, fair. Now, let's see about the personality of the ruler in these lands. The entity brings you closer in on the view of the face of this person sitting at the very top of this table. And it's this ever flowing shape. Like it's familiar, but then suddenly it's unfamiliar. It's in focus but out of focus at the same time. It's morphing between being man and dragon, gnome, dwarf. There's the elf in there. Like, it just keeps morphing, and it's this weird, unsettling feeling in you as you're looking at it. But suddenly it freezes. And we're going to start with Ragnar. Give me a D10, please. Ooh. You see into the eyes of a dwarf, which has a sharp look. He's clearly someone who has had ambition about this. There's a reason why he has tried and gone the way of a warlord to take over rule. What you see before you is someone who has been known to be trying to expand the borders of your city and of your area to such a degree that others have warned against it. Like, it's been too much, it's been too quick, we can't handle all of this. But his ambition has been his one goal, and which is why there's unrest. The face of this dwarf morphs, and we see again this unsettling weird shape as Dunbar has a clear memory pop up. And give me a D10, please.
Okay.
In front of you, you see the very embodiment of greed and self-serving. This human is sitting here with clear disdain for what he sees in front of him, and he, like, you can see this shape of this sneer and his, like, he does not like to look at his own people. He's all about profit. He's all about grabbing more. But he turns to a tradesman and he speaks, and then it's suddenly he's all smiles and wonderful, and this is good. He wants the power. He's there only through his charismatic way of being, but it's clear he is greedy. The tradesman morphs together with the shape of this greedy human, and Alistair, there's a memory of the guild leader in front of you. Give me a D10.
Can I ask first which guild?
So this is the top ruler of the area you're in. So this would, this is the head honcho.
So the first among equals of the theocracy guild members, guild leaders, maybe.
Yeah, he's slightly more equal than everyone else, or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
5.
You see a beautifully charismatic gnome. He has a way of speaking to people that make people feel at home. But you have always sat with a feeling that he has been manipulative. He's always been trying to get people to see only his way forward. He's not necessarily against the thought of theocracy, but things could be better if they were going his way more. For now, you get a view under his manipulative ways as you see through his eyes for a moment as he's clearly skewing the truth as he's speaking to someone and just being super charismatic and overwhelming them with positive ways of speaking about them.
I'm not lying. I'm just choosing to emphasize certain parts of the truth and omitting
Exactly.
other parts.
Exactly.
Got it.
And we see this memory halt, and you return to your own eyes, and we see from Funkin's perspective. What leader do we see in front of Funkin?
So I think there's one maybe important aspect to this too, regardless of the role. Funkin has a look on his face of disease, and it's a mixture of like fear and loathing as he's looking towards this position where this ever-changing character has been. He looks very kind of disturbed by it, kind of fearful, but in that kind of defiant, angry, I don't like this thing, but I'm going to do something about it kind of way. So he's pretty much glaring, almost burning a hole in this character that he's looking at. And another one.
The glare that you send out is landing on the visage of someone that the rest of you will pick up as a wise but benevolent leader. But it's clear from the way that Funkin is remembering him and remembering and feeling this, that something else is beneath the surface. This wisdom, this benevolence comes from some place, but it's not from a place of good. This is a show that's being put on. But why? We do not know. We do not understand this. We do not get to see that. As we're seeing through the eyes of this gnome leader, you hear voices of economic reports. And then there's thousands and thousands of voices being spoken at the same time, and then they quiet down, and you hear one voice again.
Yes. Let us understand a bit more about how your place is faring economically. Let's figure out a bit more about this, shall we? Yes. Is there something for me to gain by entering these lands, perhaps? Can I sow even more chaos, or is there enough chaos there?
Funkin, let's hear about the economic state of your upbringing. Like what went on there? Are we talking a thriving economy, abundant resources, stable and self-sufficiency, or like what's the deal?
With a dice roll, or just?
We could do a dice roll if you want, unless you have a clear idea.
I think the idea that I have is of a self-sustaining, if not affluent, gnomish community, living in the woods, thick sort of forest, and the forest is made up of a few different like small regions, and I think that they're self-sufficient. They trade sometimes in trinkets, magical goods, in like not artifacts and such, but just like handcrafted things. A lot of woodwork stuff and things of that nature. And they are fairly close in contact with a significant trade route in the area. So there's a lot of other, predominantly human, but pretty much anything that trades and goes along the common pathways in the area goes past at some point and has either some kind of interaction with the edge of the forest. And the gnomes make use of that. They'll set up little stalls there, or festivals and fairs and all sorts of things. It's very much kind of entertaining, and they're not really in it for a profit. They're in it for the enjoyment of life and seeing what other cultures, very curiosity kind of driven.
So you're hobbits.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit hobbits, yeah.
There's a little bit of hobbit mixed in there, I'm sure. A few hairy feet around the town.
The look on Damien's face right now.
But yeah, and then there's and I think there's also like they have special like little festivals and things geared towards different cultures that they're in regular contact with. Things like notably the wood elves of the region is an important one for them, just to have good relations and sort of share their understandings of life and nature and stuff like that.
Only thing I could picture the whole time was a little voice going, "Yes, look at the trinkets, the trinkets."
Ah, trinkets.
Buy one precious, get one free.
Yeah. We go from one gnome society to another. How is Alistair's society built up? Like, how are they faring right now economically?
I would prefer to tell rather than roll.
Yeah, sure.
Everything is based on getting more out of the trade than the other person. It's very it's very capitalistic, but also without tricking someone is not what they're trying to do. They're just trying to impart that the thing that I am selling to you is of superior quality to anything that anyone else will ever sell you ever. Rather than going, oh yes, well, if you wait, it's going to turn into gold in 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, well, that's,
Yeah.
So that's not what they're doing. But it's also, everything is based on, rather than families and clans, it's what guild are you in?
Right. Okay.
Everything is based on the guild memberships. So if people are like, oh, well, I'm Artificer Guild. Oh, well, my dad was an artificer. Oh, well, all of a sudden, we have some common ground. But also, it's been a very successful society because people from the outside come and buy things here,
Right.
and then bring gold. And some of the guilds are doing better, some of them are doing not so good, and families have been split apart because one of the children decided to join a different guild rather than their parents, and then it's a case of, well, you're dead to me, or whatever. But it's a thriving society economically. It's just that it's a lot of like it's very cutthroat. In every sense other than actual cutting of throats, but it's produce, consume in an eternal cycle.
So it's capitalistic, but it'll never reach late stage capitalism. It's just it's perpetual capitalism. Okay.
And the people at the top are very happy with this because you know, everyone's like, hey, more money into my guild. I'm like, yeah, that's very nice. Hey, our guild's making more money. That means we're getting a good reputation for making money. That means more apprentices and more people want to join our guild. And then it's a case of, yes, we will dispatch one of our senior members to assist you in this endeavor, fellow, you know, or like human person who comes here looking for professional consultations. And like, yes, we will send Alistair. He's very good at this. And then when the people of the guild perform well, come back, and then that human will tell other people, oh yes, the Artificer Guild from, you know, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Very good.
Right. Okay. We go from one ambitious society to a society led by another ambitious leader. The people that are surrounding Ragnar, how do you see the economic prosperity in the land? Like, is it good or?
It was good. Then this warlord took over, and the people below him don't really see a great deal of profit anymore. You know, we work hard in the mines for just enough to survive on and scrape by, which is partly why Ragnar left, because he was couldn't express himself, so to speak. He's used to being in poverty, so he's, you know, used to being the priest who doesn't matter to him about having nothing of value and giving it all away, because he was already doing that under the sort of dictatorship of this warlord that was running the city that he lived in. I mean, Ironstone, where he comes from in the spine of the world, up in the Iron Hills, it used to be bustling. It used to be busy, but gradually all the dwarves are leaving because of this warlord. They're all going elsewhere, working at other mines and trying to get themselves into other dwarven cities, because the place is, well, it's become dangerous. That's how his brother got killed, is they're not shoring up the tunnels they're digging properly. They're digging into parts of the mountain they shouldn't be going into. And there was a seismic event, and that's how we lost his brother. And like I said, he was one of the few survivors, so he decided it was probably best to leave and make his way elsewhere in a different trade, rather than being a blacksmith and miner.
Makes sense with the brewing rebellion and everything. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's very dwarven, having brewing rebellions.
Oh yeah.
They are dwarves, you know, they're brewing for the rebellion, so they can all go drunk and walk down the street cheering, holding their tankards, you know?
I was hoping no one would latch on to that. But here we are.
I just feel it would be remiss if I didn't point out that Star Wars could have been very different if there'd been a brewing rebellion.
Yep.
Have Obi-Wan Kenobi.
That's no moon. It is Obi-Wan. That's the moon. You're drunk.
That's no moon.
They have to fight the dark sider.
The dark sider. Wow.
That's a dark sider. That's no moon. That's Alistair.
Side.
That's no moon. That's Alistair bent over while he cleans his underwear again.
It's turning into, instead of Darth Vader, it's Darth. He's just somewhere from the West Country trundling down in a tractor down the corridors of the Death Star.
Yeah. I'm Darth.
Mr.
You better
Darth.
watch out.
Darth Vader. Darth.
Mr.
Hey.
Darth.
You know, we stopped building the Death Star, made ourselves a combine harvester. Brand new.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I've fallen over.
Get the Death Harvester.
Well, if anyone complains that we're doing only recordings and we're fearing of missing out on banter and stuff, they're wrong.
That's no moon. That's a New Holland. That's no moon. That's a New Holland combine.
That's no moon. That's a very speeded up tuk-tuk.
Did that tuk tuk just enter hyperspace?
Yeah. Wrong plan.
Oh wait, no, wrong theme. Anyway.
Similar to, but legally
you're
distinct
gonna
from.
get about that.
It's fine. It's a VOD. We can cut this. We can cut this. Right, guys?
No, we're not cutting this. This is some of our best stuff ever. Come on, man. Oh god, I'm just gonna wipe some tears from my eyes, apparently. Okay. So we see a dwarven city and landscape where trade is growing ever and ever harder to do because there's always someone trying to grab the very profit and bleed it out of the country and the people as such. And we are back in the bustling capital where Dunbar has roamed for a bit. But it's very much an active economy. But how thriving is it?
I would say while under our new leader that's, extra focused on profit and money making, the elite and the wealthy and the business class have grown super fat and rich, just to the point where they're just, overly opulent and lazy about it. They just like, I heard I lost 1,000 gold in that shipment the other day. Who cares? It's just 1,000 gold. And because of this, actually, the Thieves Guild, who Dunbar's with, the underground scene has, grown very powerful as well, because they have tunnels everywhere, as we said before, and they've gotten so bold and so wealthy as well and powerful themselves as well, off of stealing from the rich and these lazy fat cats, aristocrats that run the city, that they've even set up tunnels that go right underneath the Capitol buildings and the government buildings and everything, and have even started stealing from the government. So there's tax funds just disappearing in route and stuff, and so the economy is doing so well that even the thieves are eating fat now.
Wow. Well, that certainly is a good thing for so economic strength is up. You hear the voice of Sinch reach far into you.
Oh. The turmoil on one end, the distrust on another, but the prosperous areas we can sow the scent. We can thrive there, yes. Yes, we can. The metals and minerals, the grain, lumber, everything we can grow fat in these lands, yes we can, precious. Now we must understand one final thing. Who was there when you were shaped as you are now? And we shall truly delve deep in your mind. Yes.
The memory that starts shaping in front of you takes the form of a humanoid. you all hear familiar voices, and you are quickly realizing, all of you, you are looking at your best friend, but you're also looking at the best friend of the others. The way it's so familiar to you, both through the fact that you are reaching out through the others' minds, but you are also seeing your own best friend. And we're gonna start with Ragnar. Give me a D10. You see in front of you, like I said, your best friend while growing up. And the first thing that pops into your mind is this young dwarf that was always making up theories about how someone was trying to steal all the riches. Like they were paranoid about everything. Like so paranoid about everything, and it was the source of many adventures that you two went on together. Because they were set on, yeah, this is the truth, and we gotta find this out, and you were just there for, well, this is a bit of a fun adventure to go on. Let's explore. But they had, yeah, go ahead.
No, carry on.
They had an unusual feature about them. Roll me another D10. They always had a pet rock with them. Always. And they were talking to the pet rock from time to time. And talking in a paranoid way together with this pet rock. And roll me one last D10. And they were avid to you that they were working for a secret organization of dwarves that was going to bring peace and stability back. And you all get this funny little smirk at this strange and funny little dwarf as it morphs into another shape. And what do we see in front of Dunbar?
So I've already planned out his best friend, but I don't know how well it's going to work for this.
No, go ahead.
We've all met him. His name is Nibbles. He's a little rat. He's had him since he was a little teenager dragon. You know, just it's the only one that he's really trusted because he's grown up around just people in the Thieves Guild and other thieves and criminals. So, you know, he didn't trust them really. Can't trust a fellow thief. But this rat, you know, it's always been there. It's always come back. It's always been there to listen to him, oddly enough. You know, even though it doesn't speak back, it just sits there and, you know, eats its little breadcrumb and goes, you know, like as if it is listening. You know, so yeah, that's been his best friend, his little pet Nibbles.
I like it. What's the personality of Nibbles?
Nibbles is it's a pretty smart rat. So it has actually like clung to Dunbar, like, okay, well this one feeds me and takes care of me. You know, it has like a a bond with him, and he's even been able to get it to do little menial like tricks for him, like if he puts it into a tavern, it will sneak out food for both of them, type of thing, stuff like that. So it is actually kind of a little bit of a companion for him, even though it's a rat. I say little, but he started little, and then the rat got big and big and bigger, as rats do.
It's the New York sewer style rat now.
Mm-hmm. to Dunbar, 6'6". Dunbar's like what, 6'6", like 350 pounds naturally. It's still like a little guy. Look at a little guy, and everybody else is like, that's almost as big as me. Alistair is thinking.
I could ride that into battle.
Funkin and Alistair are working on a secret plan to make a saddle for it, so that Funkin can have it as a mount.
They removed riding dogs in 5e, and now we have riding rats instead.
Yes. There you go.
Well, there's one thing you've always kind of shrugged off. You didn't really think about it. But it's the fact that this rat is a lot older than many other rats you've ever kind of encountered. And as you are now seeing it in this dreamscape, you note this. There's a very tiny tattoo glowing right on its forehead, between its eyes.
A rat with a tattoo. Oh, okay.
And as soon as you notice that, the memory dissipates and it turns into something else. Now, do we see who's in front of Funkin, or do we see who's in front of Alistair?
You go ahead, Grumbles.
We see who's in front of Funkin, apparently.
So, again, as this shape morphs or whatever, Funkin looks very distressed and distrusting, on edge, like in that kind of fight or flight kind of look in his eyes, and then he suddenly calms down, and in front you see a gnome that looks sort of vaguely like Funkin, but a lot stouter, like both muscly and heavier set.
Oh, it's Chonkin Burnbright.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Chonkin, no. And he's got a wispy, sort of wiry beard, and the peculiarity that is striking immediately is that he has long flowing robes that look like sort of almost tattered like leaves and this kind of thing. And on his head, he has not a crown or anything else that's apparent, but two antlers that grow out of his head, but they look like they're kind of made of wood, but they look to be alive.
Oh. Okay.
And Funkin just like instantly comes from this kind of fight or flight, and just kind of like his shoulders sag a little bit as he's been using a lot of energy and like his body's been so tense this whole time, and he just kind of relaxes a bit, and then he says, he mutters under his breath, Dinkin, it's only you. Thank goodness. And it's his older brother, Dinkin.
Interesting. What kind of personality does Dinkin have?
Dinkin is quite mellow, but sort of kind of strong, not strong silent type, but much more so man of few words compared to Funkin, for sure. Just the kind of wise sort of naturally wise older brother who's, you know, he's kind of oozing that druid kind of feel. So clearly magical affinity as well, but of a different kind. And yeah, he just looks like you could easily picture these two, with Funkin being a little brat kid, like running around just accidentally setting things on fire in the house and that kind of thing, and Dinkin just kind of being like that's my kid brother, what are you gonna do? And just kind of like grabbing hold of him, guiding him, calming him down. So he has that kind of calming, look after you kind of older brother style about him. But very, but also there's something, maybe like in terms of recent characters and things from this arc, like a bit of the young Cairn kind of, you know, like very thoughtful, very in tune with, like how I imagine, because I don't know that well, but how I imagine the impression I got from our role play with him. So that kind of thing, like he's not super old, he's just, you know, old enough. It's hard to tell.
What is Dinkin's secret motivation in life?
Dinkin believes and devotes himself to sort of communing with nature, and sees a path of kind of becoming one with nature. So it's not strictly this is what I was thinking, but since we talked about it earlier, maybe a little bit of the Yoda's about him, you know, a bit of the I'm just going to become one with the forest. So something, it's not that he becomes totally detached, but maybe certain things, he kind of narrows his focus very much on like, these are the things that really mean something and are integral to life and like the good side of nature, as it were, kind of like the neutrality of nature, but he practices it in a sort of a good faith, a good direction, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But you know, with the usual caveats of like, you know, accepting life and death and the full cycle, and that even things that could be perceived as evil, they might just be a natural thing, and there's a distinction between premeditated evil and things that we might dislike that are still natural and not necessarily evil, that kind of thing. So very much yeah, communing with nature, and kind of eventually he'll just turn into an ent, and then he'll turn into a spirit or something like that.
Nice. I like it. We see the horns of Dinkin shrink away harmlessly, and then we enter the mind of Alistair. Who is Alistair's best friend growing up?
Alistair's best friend when he was growing up was his cousin, who was who was called Al, but wasn't short for Alistair. It was short for Alan. So it was, yeah, exactly. So it was Al and Al, and by association, it was always Al and Alistair, because they needed to differentiate us somehow. And yeah, so we were pretty much inseparable growing up, which turned into very separable a little bit later, because we joined different guilds. And it was sort of a, hey, should we get a pint later? I was like, I don't know. It has to be pretty much empty, you know, otherwise someone's going to see us together, and that's going to be, I'm going to get hell for that on, you know, tomorrow at summons or whatever. So it's as Alistair went into artificing, his cousin Alan went into sort of medicine stuff, alchemy more towards that, potions and stuff. So yeah, they were inseparable growing up. So they had they were first cousins on like their dad's side, but it's also they were probably related in several ways around because it wasn't a huge population. So, and also tend to cluster a little bit. So yeah.
Why do I imagine the line being, "Father, I want to become a pharmacist"?
Yeah. Father, I have to tell you something. What is it, son? I'm a pharmacist. You're dead to me.
Dun dun dun.
Or it's a father, I must tell you something. What is it? I'm a farmer. Cyst.
Oh no. So, what kind of personality did this did cousin Al have?
Cousin Al had a very quiet and didn't say anything. And after he had finished thinking about it, people thought he was slow-witted, which was absolutely not the case. He just considered what to say before he said anything. And people were like, oh, wow, if he's been thinking about the answer to this question for 15, 20 seconds now. But Alistair always know, like, yeah, that's because he's considering, every aspect before he says something, which is why he doesn't have to go, actually, I changed my mind, or actually, you know what, I think we better do this, because he had already considered that. So it was very clever. But yeah, quiet and thoughtful, and considered what to say before he said anything.
Did he have any unusual features? Like, did he have a weird?
He was half gnomish, half goblin. No, no, he didn't have any unusual features when we were children. But when he entered the alchemy guild, they had like an accident. So it's not like, oh my god, half his face melted off. But he's got some burns on his neck, which is why he always has like a tall collar on his uniform. That a lot of the alchemists kind of like use business casual, a couple of buttons open, but Alan always has his buttoned all the way up because that way you can't see the scars.
It's Alan Jobs. It's Alan Jobs. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. No, turtleneck all the way.
Yep, there you go.
But except he went into to medicine, but also probably cooking. So maybe he invented the Big Mac rather than.
It's the Big Al.
Yeah.
Don't fall over, Dunbar. Don't fall over now. And I'm guessing his secret motivation there is very clearly then to become an alchemist.
Yeah, he was always very much into so Alistair and Alan were always into how things worked and breaking them into constituent parts. So I was like, the smallest part for Alistair was this cog. And there are many of versions of this cog, and together they make the clockwork machine. But for Alan, it was, this vial. And then there are 8 different vials. And if we combine them, we get we get a substance that we can coat things in to make them hydrophobic, and then we can use them as better umbrellas or whatever the hell. So, but it was both had the break it down into the smallest part and then understand that part before going upward. It's just that they broke them down to different parts.
I like it. All of these memories are suddenly ripped from you. But you see them clearly, you understand them clearly. Like they're not gone. But it's again black, it's dark, it's a void around you.
Now, my wonderful minds. I must learn about you. Only for a tiny moment longer. Shall we continue? Yes. Let us start with you, Ragnar. What is the one mistake you would undo if you could?
The one mistake I'd undo if I could was not being able to save my friend when we had the tunnel collapse. I was young and I felt the tremors, and nobody else seemed to understand that something was wrong. If I'd have warned them earlier, maybe my best friend and the 7 other dwarves that perished may have survived. That's my biggest regret in my life.
What if I told you we can go back and we can fix it with my help?
What if I said I don't believe you?
Then tell me, what do you truly, deep down, desire, but you are too ashamed to admit?
That's a hard one to answer. And all I truly desire is to serve my lord better, my patron, but and to prove myself worthy of his of my devotion to him.
I'm not sure I believe you when you say that. But we shall not linger. Dumba, my pretty. Hello. What is it you desire? Truly deep down that you are too afraid to admit.
Something Dunbar desires deep down that he's afraid to admit. That's a big question. I guess, like, I guess one of his biggest driving factors definitely that make him do stuff even though it's not like profitable and whatnot is he's always trying to finally find anybody that would respect him as a person, that would, treat him as if he's not just some bumbling little thief child, street rat urchin that's, not worth his time or even worth a glance. He's always probably desperately yearned for, proper like respect and the a bond that is that's like that, somebody, finally telling him like, oh, you've done an amazing job, Dunbar. It's just, I can't believe you've achieved this and that.
He craves respect, he craves to be revered. We can work with this, yes, we can. And what is something you wish you could undo that you did wrong?
Something he did wrong. When he fled his family's fire from the family home, his younger sibling sister, he heard her yelling and screaming, and he was too afraid to go back into the house to try to save her. And he never found her body, even though he found the body of both his parents charred up and dead. He never found his sister, and he spent a lot of time searching for her, but never found her, and always wished that he had ran to her as soon as she had screamed and not been too afraid.
As you turn this memory over in your mind, all you are getting are feelings, all this fear, this anxiety, this you can't remember exactly why. You don't know why you are feeling these intense feelings. But all through this, you also get this massive feeling of uncertainty and something that is unknown, something you need to figure out. There's this desire to figure out something, but you can't place what it is you want to figure out, as this memory was robbed from you, after all.
Ooh, I can see it clearly, but you can't. I'm loving this, yes. Tell me about your mistake you would fix, Mr. Burnbright.
I want to go back. But I can't. It's not my fault. Then it is my fault. I did it. I didn't mean to turn it all to ash.
And is this your desire? Is this your deep inner desire that you are too afraid to admit to even yourself?
I want to go home. I want to be rid of you from my mind.
Not quite yet, precious. Not quite yet, if ever. Oh, Alistair. What are your desires? What do you truly wish for in this life?
I want to be the greatest artificer of wars.
Oh, that was too easy to admit, wasn't it? There's something else here. Let's probe a little deeper.
I want to be head of the Artificer Guild.
You want to be head of the Artificer Guild at any price?
Yes.
Oh, he's willing to commit to it. I adore this. I can use this, yes, and we will, yes, my lovelies. But tell me, what mistakes have you made in life? That one mistake you want to undo?
I wish I hadn't choked that guildmaster at the audition, but he wasn't also.
And there we have it. The final act of defiance. Now, Alistair, what happens when one of your creations outgrows your control?
I don't know.
Ooh, he has no plan for uncertainty. Funkin', if the flames consumed someone you loved, would you continue to wield them?
They will not. I will control them.
Ragnar, if you have to forsake Tyr to heal someone dear to you, would you?
That is something I won't be able to answer until it occurs, I'm afraid.
Oh, we can make that happen, my sweet, my lovely, my little jewel. Dumba. Dumba, my wonderful little plaything. What does your patron desire that you are unwilling to give them?
Say that again. It came up weird at the end. The echoey bit.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
I love the entity not being sure.
Is this brain on?
That's brain on.
Entity rolled a nat 1.
I mean, it does stand to
There's
reason
actually
that
like
the
a
extra
tapping in his head.
echo inside Dunbar's head.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, wow.
Ooh, shots fired.
That is very rude and very accurate.
As you all are contemplating these questions, because they all happen at the same time, you didn't all hear them separate, they were all inside your own mind at the same time. As soon as the question that leaves Sinch's mind and into yours, Dunbar, as soon as that question about what is it your patron desires that you are unwilling to give them, you are all grabbed. You feel the entire being of chaos try to hold on to you, as there is a force unlike anything you have felt. And this is saying something, because you are currently being mind probed by a chaos god that is grabbing you and trying to hold your minds and pulls at you. You are being held in what feels like an internal struggle. You see the very lands that you once roamed across. You see Azeroth. You see all of these beings that you've seen. They're there in 1 second and they're gone. You are feeling something pull at your body. And the instant that you step through the portal in Thunder Bluff is back in front of you. But this time, you are not being dragged through by a different entity. You step through to a different land. The memory of Tyrande Whisperwind and the others going through is there, but it seems false. It seems like it's not supposed to be there. A human with bright fiery hair, like actual fire, with bright orange eyes, ornate robes, and a staff that has a flame on top of it. He has chains of glowing red iron around him, and he seems to take no damage from this. He's unharmed. He's unscathed by this. He steps forward. He reaches out a hand, and you can feel this gentle warmth, but also this fiery passion envelop you as he says, Sigmar will protect you. And he drags you through, and he looks directly at Funkin. We have been searching for you for a long time, Burnbright. You were supposed to be here thousands of years ago. Yet here we are. However, we have finally found you, and we welcome you to the Order of the Bright Wizards. And that's where we're going to call it for this episode.
Thousands of years?
I was waiting for Funkin to go, Daddy, because he's got flaming hair and a fire staff.
I think Funkin's hair is like flares up to sort of mimic this guy without him even realizing it.
The look on your guys' faces, right? Especially Damien. Like I'm loving this. I'm loving this.
I'm sitting here like picturing stuff. I'm like, okay, I got it now.
Yeah, I've got to rewrite a lot of my backstory because obviously it's just changed, but not to worry.
No, everything that can't have the roles even kind of fit, because I always pictured he was from something very rich and wealthy and greedy fat leaders that ran it and stuff. Yeah, so everything kind of just fit into like Dunbar's. And I love that you let me have my rat as a best friend.
Like, okay, so you weren't
has
here.
A tattoo now.
Yeah, like you weren't here when I said it to the others, but it's going to make sense once I ask something of you. If you have a clear idea, present it. It's going to make sense. Don't worry about it. So, yeah,
That stuff for Funkin's kind of wove really well together with the ideas and concept that I have for the character. And
you burned down your home village.
yeah,
I think
look, I can't possibly comment on that.
Like I'm pretty sure everybody's face when you said it's all just ashes now went.
But but there was a faces of we're not surprised.
Wow.
No,
Wow.
not surprised, but like questions like, did he burn down his entire village?
Yeah, I'm sure that there's
town.
going to be a lot of hilarious and wholly unique comments when this content comes out.
I think I got the look of Mr. Burns going, excellent.
I had to bite my tongue so hard a few of those today. I wanted to ask if when Alistair rendezvoused with his cousin in secrecy, if that was his guilty pleasure.
Oh,
Guilty pleasure.
Get out.
I'm proud of myself because I didn't interrupt with that one. It was killing me. I was like, guilty pleasure. Come on.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for that. So, any thoughts on what has just happened to your backstory and such?
I love it for Funkin. It fits together really well, and I also appreciate being able to like reciprocate and weave a few things that I had some like loose ideas, and they kind of formulated. It was a very visual episode, and that was a good thing. Hopefully we can convey that. I think we will.
Alistair, how do you feel?
It was really cool because I got to expand on some stuff that I've been thinking about, and yeah, that was cool. I liked it.
Any thoughts from Ragnar?
No, apart from the fact I'll spend this next few evenings when I've got time, I'm going to sit and just tweak my backstory to fit more of the Warlord and reasons he's left and that, because I've written one, but it's close, but not quite that. Just that if it comes up, I can remember it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And
I want to say as well, I really liked what everybody came up with because we're all rolling sometimes with dice, but just improvising, and we all had our ideas and concepts, at least, if not more detailed notes about where we saw our characters and their origins and that. And it's always fun to be kind of challenged with the improv moment and see what everyone comes up with. And I just thought you all rocked it. I thought it was great.
Fully agree. Yeah, absolutely.
I was racking my brain earlier today on how I wanted to do this, and then it suddenly hit me that okay, yeah, we can create a world together, so that all of you get an insight into what's going on in other people's minds and where they're from and how their lands look, but also let's make a bit of an adventure out of it. Because what I can do now, I can take this and I can we can make a map together. We can make these lands and kind of shape it out, and the name of the cities and such. And I'm looking forward to the way forward. But I will also say I'm very much looking forward to see what you guys can learn from the Bright Wizards.
Right, wizards.
Yes.
It's gonna be hot stuff.
Gonna be hot stuff. And I'm gonna ask the audience to not spoil anything in regards to what Bright Wizards are, if anybody knows that. Lima, I'm looking at you too here.
Nope, I'm not saying shit.
I do know what they are because that is, yeah. I've played quite a bit of that sort of area and those particular what they are.
The only thing I recognize is the name Sigmar and the name Zinch.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I don't know what all the other things are, so it's going to be a fun ride.
I'm not looking at my 3 armies that are sat over there painted on a shelf.
Yeah.
My huge orc army, my dwarf army, and my empire.
Yeah, I did a lot of Warhammer back in the day, so I know. I've actually been joking a lot with like friends that I talk D&D with. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to be in the Warhammer world. They're like, why? What's the biggest reason? I'm like, because I have 779 gold. I can build an entire town.
I must admit, I've not tried Sigmar. I'm old world in the old school when my orcs had like big footprints of the foot and fist of Gork, and that used to come down and sort of have their massive wires with the lunatic goblins shooting out and stuff.
Gork and Warhammer protects you.
Oh, I never.
Because, sorry.
I don't remember ever winning a battle with my orcs ever. They were just hilarious with firing doom divers all directions that were landing on the 40k table that was 4 foot to my right rather than in the army in front of me. Goblin snotling pump wagons that were thundering around and flattening their own troops, and and then cavalry charges trying to entice out my lunatics, all those fucking balls and chains spinning around, and then they take half my own troops as well. I used to do more damage to my own side than I did to the enemy half the time.
Oh yeah, orcs are great.
That was the fun of the orcs.
Yeah, they're fabulous.
I think the only decent units I've got were the 2 units of savage war boys that used to come in and absolutely decimate stuff when they got on the flanks.
Warhammer World should fit well with D&D, actually.
Oh, you guys have no idea what kind of other adventures I'm going to drag you through here.
I don't like that. Don't say
What
that.
do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah, this we end up meeting somebody called Ash who's got a shotgun as a hand.
No,
he's a chainsaw.
A chainsaw, sorry. That's it. Chainsaw in his hand, a shotgun was...
Shop smart. Shop S-smart. You got that?
Yes. End up in Zombieland or something.
I mean...
We just hear a distance. Nick Fracto.
Oh, God.
Yes. Honkin finds Necronomicon.
Oh, no.
Well, it's better than if I find it, because if I find it, it's going to turn into the Necronomicon.
The Necronomicon?
Necronomicon, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. We're gonna say thank you to the wonderful viewers there. Is there any final statements here?
I'm gonna be working on my Hero Forge figure, so I can get an accurate representation, because that is not what Alistair looks like. That was what the AI came up with, and now like, you know what? I'm actually gonna spend some time and make it properly.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same in mine. Must admit.
Grumbles, any thoughts?
One thought on Lima's avatar there is the bad thing about that is the AI. He actually asked the AI for an elf.
A very, very cool elf.
So he got the one bearded elf. No, I just thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think the fun will transpose itself well and transmit well.
Definitely.
In this format, so kudos again to everybody, including Tiger. Really good fun session.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Go ahead,
What
David.
I really want to see is the Skaven, and then show them I have a pet rat.
I was going to say it's when Nibbles suddenly turns into the leader of the Skaven. And
Yeah.
He's got the tattoo, and the rats go. The Skaven go. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
See the one.
We land, and then Nibbles turn into a rat ogre, and you go,
Yeah, this,
oh shit.
that's where you find out it was actually a weir rat.
Yeah.
Where?
Look up
Tiger's
a rat
giving
ogre.
that whole kind of, this
if,
isn't
if
my-
you don't
this
know what a
isn't-
rat ogre is, don't look it
I'm
up.
just going, I've got lots of ideas coming my way.
Yeah, this isn't my plan for Nibbles whatsoever. What are we talking about? He definitely doesn't have 4 bodyguards who happen to be humanoid turtles
I don't know what you're talking about.
who eat pizza.
And this is just a giant knight chasing them around in a big shredder armor. Anyway, thank you so much for everyone who's been watching this episode. Let
I'm
me know
gonna go.
your favorite moment in the comments down below, will you? And if there's anything you want us to change, please let us know that too. And we will see you all in the next episode of Conquest and Cataclysm.
Good vibes, everyone.